Welcome to another episode. If you're new here, I'm Carly. I'm a registered dietitian and trainer, and I talk about nutrition and fitness topics backed by science with the overall goal of helping you create realistic, sustainable habits that actually fit your lifestyle, preferences, and overall well being. The topics that I cover are not quick fixes, but they will help you step off of the hamster wheel of the all or nothing thinking when it comes to your goals. But before we get into today's episode, I want to share something I've been working on. I have evolved my fitness and nutrition platform, previously known as Carly Williams Fitness, into my new app called Momentum Fit. It is a web-based app that you can download right to your home screen, and it includes on-demand workout classes, a nutrition course, different dietitian-inspired recipes, and a space for habit tracking. You can try it free for a week, and then after that, it's just $12.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. I will leave the link to my app below, but now let's shift gears and get into today's topic. If you've ever felt like you're constantly hungry or thinking about food, you're definitely not alone, especially when focusing on weight loss. It can be hard to achieve those goals when constantly feeling hungry all the time. But the good news is there are actually a few simple science-backed strategies that can help you manage hunger in a way that feels a lot more doable and sustainable. Jumping right into tip number 1, which is building meals and snacks that actually keep you full. And honestly, I think this is the biggest one. This is also where I see the most confusion, especially right now with everything being so focused on high protein. Protein is absolutely important, yes, but is not the only thing that matters. What actually helps manage hunger is having a balanced meal, not just a high protein one. So what does that mean in a simple way? You want your meals to include, if possible, number 1, a protein source, 2, a fiber-rich carbohydrate, and 3, a healthy fat, because each of those are going to play a role in hunger levels. Protein helps with fullness and satiety. Fiber from things like vegetables, fruits, whole grains helps to slow down digestion and keeps you full for longer. And then healthy fats help with satisfaction and fullness and actually just make your meals feel more complete. So if you're eating something that's like just protein and vegetables or just carbs on their own or super low fat, you might notice that you're hungry again very, very quickly. And that's not you doing anything wrong. It's just an opportunity to add one of those components to make the meal more balanced. A really simple example here, instead of just having like a salad with chicken, you might add some grains for a fiber-rich carbohydrate source or a healthy fat like an avocado, and suddenly that meal becomes a little bit more balanced and may hold you over a lot longer. Obviously, this will look different for everybody. Your portions, your dietary preferences or restrictions, your needs overall, all of that can vary, but the structure is what matters. I think many people would be surprised on how just little small tweaks here and there to the nutrition components of meals and snacks can make a difference. If you want a deeper breakdown on how to build a balanced plate, I go into this inside my nutrition course on the Momentum Fit app, but this is the basic foundation. So again, trying to aim for a protein source, a fiber-rich carbohydrate, and a healthy fat source with your meals. Moving along to the second tip, which is hydration. And I know this sounds basic, but it can actually make a huge difference. A lot of people don't realize that proper hydration can also have a large impact on hunger levels and overall cravings. This absolutely does not mean that every time you're hungry, you should ignore it and drink water instead. Of course not. But if you're someone who is like snacking constantly or feeling hungry shortly after eating, it's definitely worth looking at your hydration. So a few really simple things that can help. Number 1, starting your day with water right when you wake up. 2, not waiting until you feel super thirsty. And 3, just consistently drinking water throughout the day, keeping a water bottle by you, especially if you are somebody who works out. Overall hydration needs can vary per person, so it's definitely not one size fits all. But again, just making sure that you're drinking enough and staying hydrated with meals and snacks can help with overall hunger management. It's one of those small habits that doesn't feel like a big deal on its own, but can actually make a difference and make hunger feel a lot more stable when staying hydrated throughout the day. The third tip that I have is to avoid extreme hunger levels. Another topic in my nutrition course on my app is called the hunger scale, which is one of the most underestimated tools that people never really get taught. Basically, the hunger scale rates hunger levels from 1 to 10 and labels each number with a color. The more neutral numbers in the middle are green and are what we want to aim for. So on the hunger scale, we want to avoid both extremes and maintain in the middle as best as we can. So this is a big one. A lot of people go way too long without eating, whether that's because they're busy, distracted, or trying to maintain a calorie deficit for too long, and then end up starving and reaching extreme hunger. When we get to that point, our bodies are just trying to catch up. So that's when we're more likely to overeat, make less satisfying choices, or feel like we're out of control around food. I think that we've all been there at least once. So instead of swinging from not eating much to being overly full or overeating, we want to stay somewhere in the middle. Again, everyone's schedule and structure for their days are going to be different. There's not a perfect schedule or timing of when to eat, but listening to your hunger cues and not waiting too long to eat to, again, prevent extreme hunger. For some people, that might look like 3 meals and a snack or smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day. And it's less about a strict schedule and just, again, more about avoiding those extremes and intuitively listening to your body, which, again, is very, very underestimated and not talked about enough in the fitness and nutrition community when reaching goals long term and just trusting yourself. Like I said, I go more into the hunger scale in my nutrition course on my app, but the key takeaway is don't let yourself get overly hungry on a regular basis, reaching extreme hunger levels. Those are 3 quick and tangible things that can help. Again, number 1, making sure meals are balanced and include, if possible, a protein source, a fiber-rich carbohydrate, and a healthy fat source. 2, staying hydrated consistently throughout the day. And 3, avoiding extreme hunger levels and waiting too long to eat. If you can start to adjust even one of these, you may notice a difference in how you feel day to day. This is all about making things easier and to help better support yourself. You should never feel like you're constantly fighting your hunger. Your meals should actually work for you, and your goals should feel doable and manageable long term. I hope these tips were helpful. I will leave the link to my Momentum Fit app below. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.